Hello everyone, it's Sunday, July 26th, and it's well past time to be seeing what these potatoes are doing. Now, I got to admit I dug through this one last night because before I made the video I wanted to see if I was actually going to get anything, and lo and behold, out of this little pot all of these potatoes came out of it. So this morning, before it just gets too incredibly hot, we're going to do this container and this one. So I'm going to get things set up and we'll get started. Alright, all of these potatoes came out of this first pot. I just laid them on top here so I could see what all I had and let them get started drying a little bit. I had read or seen a YouTube video or something that said of all the different kinds of potatoes, the ones that grow best in Georgia is just the little red Kennebec type. That the big white ones and those don't grow as well. So since my potato harvests usually are pretty sad, I decided that this year, a nice little, I don't know if those are an edible mushroom or not, but we'll just set them aside. So I got these red potatoes. They were organic potatoes that I got from the DeKalb Farmers Market, which is not really a farmer's market. It's like the world's biggest produce stand. So now we're going to work here on this one. Now we're going to work through on this one and see what we get. This one is a little bit bigger than the other pot. It's also really tired. I don't know that I can actually move it anymore. Oh, now that's nice to see. Look at that. More nice potatoes. And actually it was still making potatoes. Even though we only had this little bit of life left, it still had the ability to make more potatoes. But I tell you, when Georgia decides to get hot, it goes to 90 degrees like instantly. If you remember, this was half compost and half of a good potting soil because I wanted it to be nice and light like it is. I can just dig down in there with my fingers. This one is not coming up with quite as many as the other one, or at least I don't think it is. I think the other one may have had more plants. Well, here's a nice little batch of them. So if you've been thinking about can you grow potatoes, you can certainly do it in a pot pretty successfully. Not dumping this out because if you remember my videos from doing this last year, I about killed myself trying to pick these pots up. So I'm just going to dig them right here in place. Then I can add a bunch of amendments to the soil and some compost to it, and it's ready to get planted with some more things. Oh, is that just the perfect size potato or what? This is the smallest of the three pots. Well, we got at least one. Expect fewer out of here because it's a smaller container. Potatoes need room to make potatoes. However, I can feel potatoes way down deep. So it's going to still end up being a bunch of potatoes. This thing probably only holds about 4 gallons of dirt. I have to move some of it over to dig down in. It's more full. Has a lot of the smaller ones, which are funny because these are like the ones you buy in the store and you pay extra to get little fingerling potatoes. And actually it's the little ones that you never used to sell at all. They gave them a fancy name and people pay extra for them now. So this container is mostly good for a lot of those very expensive fingerling potatoes. If it had been in a bigger pot, I think they would have grown to be a lot bigger. So next year I'll eliminate this size and make another big pot. And I think that'll work better for me. But you know, it's been a great experiment. I've easily gotten more potatoes this year than I've gotten any year in the past. One thing I do regret is the way things worked out. I never got my sweet potatoes in. So I've got no sweet potatoes for this year. And that's really sad. There's my regular potato harvest. We got to leave them out, let them start to dry and get the skins to cure. So there's the potatoes out of three tubs. So if you've got a desire to try potatoes, give them a try. You can always do them in a tub with some potting soil. Thank you for watching.